YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is City Skylines Strategy and Tactics, episode 12. So, in our last episode, we laid down ourselves that wonderful university, and we are seeing the traditional after effects of the university, namely the mass abandonment of my industrial zone. Yeah, in every game I've played, this tends to happen, where basically it's all the young people who were previously working in unskilled or lightly skilled industrial jobs, see this brand new college open up and it's like, hey, I can work somewhere better. And so everybody leaves and goes to university. And then when they go to the university, the first place they look at getting new jobs is places that require that higher level of education, namely offices in higher level commercial zones, leaving the industries at sort of the bottom of the barrel for people who couldn't get jobs anyway. So, you know what, we might want to do a little bit of retooling of our industrial zone here, just to sort of capitalize on the shift in economics. Now, that being said, there's not a lot of options that we have here, being that our industrial zone is indeed a polluted hellhole. Well, first off, residentials aren't right out, and I wouldn't be so cruel as to move somebody in here, even though they would probably be uneducated and classless because they probably just live in the hospital. No, I think what I'm going to do is take a page out of what I did down here and cover up some of the pollution with some offices. But here, just because the offices might level up to level 2 and might appreciate it, I'm going to stick them all along the coast here, maybe kind of hide Ficklewood's ugly industrial sector if some passing tourists were coming by and saying, oh, what a pretty city. It's offices all around. Yeah, they just hide in the industrial zone. So, that being said, let's get to rezoning here. A little time-saving tip for you if you are not aware of this, and I probably haven't utilized this yet before. If you select the zone you want, if you just click on an already but differently zoned thing, not going to stick. That's still industrial. No, what you want to do is you need to right-click, and that dezones it, and then left-click rezones it. So an extra click is needed, but still not too bad, and a lot faster than going to the dezone tool, dezoning, going to the new tool, rezoning. So, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Now, I kind of regret my decision to put the incinerator right here, because if I'm trying to make this whole seaside area somewhat passable, having a smog-belching incinerator there is not really going to help things out. But, ultimately, if the zones stay at level 1, that's still fine by us. There's still going to be offices. They're still going to employ a lot of the people who are fleeing the factories here. And you know what? There's still enough people who are willing to work in the factories that we're not going to see the complete and total collapse of our production facilities, which is actually quite important because our commercial zones depend on our factory outputs to supply them with. Not enough factories means a lot more outside traffic and a lot lower commercial profits coming the way of our commercial zones. Now, that being said, before we unpause here, there's another area that I want to add some offices to. Although I might wait for industrial demand to recover before I do that. Here, in the heart of Atlas Park. You see, the main thing with Atlas Park is I've been seeing a lot of not enough customer complaints here, and I've been trying to shuffle customers over to here, but it's just. There's just too many commercial zones competing with each other here and not enough foot traffic and not enough car traffic moving through the area to really service them. So that being said, why not give this area zones that really don't care about how much car or foot traffic passes by offices? Because we can put offices right up next to our wealthy sector, because offices don't make noise pollution, offices don't make pollution, and plenty of the people in the wealthy sector will probably be working in the offices, so it's win-win chicken din all around. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Now you might be saying, well, Pinstar, what about all these commercial zones? I mean, you've got some healthy commercial demand, and that's before you plan on demolishing all this commercial area. Here's my plan. Our little loop through the woods here is going to be seeing some new life here. And in fact, I think it is time we start a new sector. Yes, indeed. Now I realized here that I have 4 commercial zones here, but they're part of Founders Falls. Founders Falls doesn't allow for heavy traffic. That means no deliveries, no trucks. So as soon as these guys run out of goods, they're not going to be happy campers. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this pedestrian skyway as sort of our dividing line here for this in our new zone. So we are going to push back Founders Falls a little bit, so that we may encapsulate this over here. We'll encapsulate some of these things, because this is not going to be a strictly commercial zone for this new sector, although it is going to be higher class, just like Founders Falls. This is going to be the nice part of town. But more importantly, we want to encapsulate both sides of this big road here, because we are going to be laying down some heavy commercial zones along here. And we want people to, well, travel through there, shop there, do all kinds of good stuff there. And because we're making this more primarily commercial, whereas Atlas Park is still going to have its little voop here. I don't want this area being specifically Atlas Park. Atlas Park is going to be more of an office park now than. And speaking of, we've got to get you up here. Forgot to expand you. And you know what? What the hey? We'll make the coast legally part of Atlas Park, because it's all turning into offices here, even though it's the northern industrial Crapsville sector here. So Atlas Park's kind of got a little of a noodly arm's reach in different places. But yeah, we don't want that to be in here. We want this area, this loop here, to be its own beast. And it's going to kind of have a weird shape to it too. And okay, that's good enough for now. There we go. They can have part of that there. Don't need to make any specializations, because I'm not going all industrial with it, or any industrial for that matter. So now what's left is for the specifics. So the name, again, pulling from the same source as all the others. We're going to call this one Steel Canyon. There we go. And let's take a look at our policies here. So yeah, these are going to be kind of out of the way for our fire departments. Even with our new and upgraded one, they're kind of out of the way. So I'm going to slap down the smoke detectors here, so as to minimize that. The pet ban, we're not going to have any people here, and we don't want garbage piling up, so we'll do that. I'm okay with recycling. Smoking ban, increased health, happiness, but there's no... we're not going to have a lot of residents here, so we don't need the smoking ban. Parks and Rec, definitely going to do that. No parks there yet, but we'll do it. Education boost, don't need it. Recreational use, heck yeah, because there's going to be a lot of commercial zones, so we want the tourism buff. And free public transport, I'll punt and decide on that later. Do we want to do anything? Well, I don't like the idea of paying money to our businesses. They're the ones supposed to be giving us revenue. But if we start seeing them complain about a lack of customers, then yeah, we'll give them that little kick in the pants. And yeah, I suppose I could do that here to help out this, but again, I don't like the idea of paying my zones to be more prosperous. Because like I said, they're the ones supposed to be paying me. Okay, so let's get ourselves a Belt-O dense commercial here, and it's just going to be all along this road. Yeah, I'm going to be expanding this a little bit more to sort of make use of this space here. But for now, since we got this road in place, might as well make use of it. At the moment, it'll just be more of a destination. And all that pent-up commercial demand will probably get satisfied. Toot sweet. And while we are at it, let us expand our skyway here, because this is definitely going to be some destinations we will be wanting our people to use. Yeah, we'll do it over here. Oh, that crooked road. Why'd I do that? These are close enough-ish. Sort of, maybe. Remind me to throw some trees in here to soak up some of that. You know, right here, here's what we're going to do. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, wonderful. Alright. We are good there. Let's get some ground connectors here for these. And we will do the same down here. Slope too steep. Are you? Ah, you are indeed a naturally sloping road. Alright, well, I'll give you a... Wait, that's kind of backwards. Oopsies! You're kind of supposed to hook up the other direction. Slope too steep, okay. Well then, we'll have to play with this a little bit longer. Has this drifted into two-tile territory? It might have. Yeah, it looks like it has. Poop. Alright, well, a little bit late for that now. Kind of ugly. Kind of ugly. That's a bit better. How about you? Alright, good. You're still on one tile. Hello? Yeah, you're going to start demolishing stuff on me, aren't you? You fussy tiles. So fussy. Don't you slope too steep me. Yeah, fine. Alright, I'll just demolish you and then just rebuild you. If you're going to be that way, be that way. Oh, this is just going to go back and forth. There we go, finally! Won't you give me that space already occupied? Oh, you guys just weren't so darn fussy. I'd use you even more than I already do. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good! Let's take a look at our utilities. Looks like we need another piping here. We got the waters. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Let's see here. Let's make a new bus line here. Just because this is gonna be our commercial let's go shopping bus line. So we're gonna have a bunch of stops right here in the commercial zone. We'll add a stop over here. We'll add a stop right here, and then we're gonna grab a primary. Oh, what the hey? We'll toss a stop in here. We'll toss another stop over here. Yeah, why not? Get the Richie Riches going. And then yeah, we'll hit up the. We're gonna hit up each of the high density areas. Alright, I think we're going to need one more over here. There we go. And then that will route all the way back over to here. Beautiful. Alright, let's kick this pig. That's Sterling Square. No. Steel Canyon. None of this Sterling Square. I named you Steel Canyon. Thank you. Alright, so with that underway, we are going to want to free up some of our commercial demand, so let's do the office park replacements here for Atlas Park. You shouldn't need any massive overhauls of stuff, and we're going to still keep the commercial zones that are on the main strips here, because I mean that's just customer central, so why waste a good location? They're still going to like all the plazas and the amenities and what have you. I'll do offices on this road. These main roads right here, this area and this area, yeah, these are going to stay commercial because these are going to be busy by design. There we go. That'll wipe out that whole area, so that'll shift all that commercial build constructions over to here. And that will eat up any office demand that we will have, which should give us a nice healthy spike of residential demand, which will probably be our next construction item here. Ooh, that's nice and big. What do you upgrade? Oh, just number 2. Yeah, I'm still trying to get these up to level 5, and you know what? Last episode I tried going double park like right here, but I realized not so effective. Increase the land value. If we go here to the info graphic here and not the land value, the outside connections, not the levels. Come on, game, work with me. Not the population, not the connections. Hang on. Health? No, not health. Happiness. For Pete's sake. Leisure, here it is. Bound to find it. These people were already bright blue here, even before we laid down our plazas. So this plaza is not actually really doing anything, this extra little thing. So it might behoove us to move it. And why don't we move it, say, over here? I mean, yeah, it's not our rich section, but that doesn't mean that people have to suffer over there. We might get some free upgrades out of the deal, too. So we are going to move you over here. Or actually, we can move you over here, still get coverage, and do a little more doubling up over here. Well, this area is kind of doubled up enough. Yeah, you could probably use a little centralization focus over on this side. So, huzzah! There we go. And then in its place, let's throw down, just because it's of that. Let's get rid of all that, and we're going to make you high density residential. You too. You need to be high density. This area is too close to all of the mass transit to not be high density. I don't think the traffic's going to snarl too much, and it's right next to the park. So yeah, this will probably absorb all the pending incoming residential demand that all this commercial and office construction. Okay, traffic. Yeah, we just shifted traffic patterns here just a bit. All right, we're still getting the single lane nonsense here. So we're going to need to keep an eye on this. Actually, yeah, this is still kind of ugly. Still kind of ugly. Yeah, and there's not much we can really do to it. Because, I mean, they're all right turn only lanes. they're all, it's not like, you know, a case where like all the roads going straight and there's one lane that's like a straight or right turn and you want everyone to turn right. This is all lanes turn right. And you know what? There are still some people that are using it properly. They're doing it right. So you know, maybe that was just sort of a localized backup, a little hiccup, if you will. It's still flowing pretty well. I've had some of my my viewers suggest a roundabout. I will be utilizing roundabouts, but probably not in this specific context. Actually, this might be a good candidate for a roundabout right here. A lot of demolition would be needed to do it, and I'd eat up a lot of space. So I'm a little hesitant for it. But if traffic starts snarling itself really, really badly here, I think I'm going to resort to roundabouts. All right, what are you doing? Increase the value of the land. You should be fine. All right, so we got our commercials building up here. We got our offices building up here. Our residentials are building up here, so it's just a matter of kicking up the speed and letting them go wild. Oh yeah, let's go find ourselves. Wait for one of the buses here, so we can colorize it. And even way out here, people are using the. Right. We'll make you the red line. There we go. Oh yeah, that's another statistic that's kind of hidden, and it's not really going to tell us anything for this one because we just made this line. Car trip saved, so that tells you how many car trips your bus line's existence has prevented. So let's go find some buses of a different color and see how they're performing. 23% car trips. Not as efficient as I'd like, truth be told. Let's go find a blue bus. Well, the purple buses are all over the freaking place. I know the blue ones travel around here. Blue ones have a much wider area. There you are. Alright, what do you got going? 28%. Alright, well, yeah. We'll see what the new line does compared to the older ones. I've seen in other videos much higher percentage uses for bus traffic. So that might be the reason I might need to improve that a little bit. In fact, I'm half tempted just to rip up all the bus stations and reseed them anew. What I'll probably do is once I flesh out this whole sector right here, which you know what, I think I'm planning on doing this. I'm going to flesh out the whole sector before I buy my next plot. Once I do that, I'm probably going to dedicate a single episode just to optimizing the ever-living crap out of this sector, finding all the little bits and pieces and nuances that don't work for it, and optimizing them and correcting them. So if that's going to involve fixing up the bus system, well, then that's probably when we're going to overhaul it. Alright, so Steel Canyon is developing quite nicely here. What's my demand looking like? More residentials. That's not surprising. I'm thinking I actually probably want to have Founders Falls just lead all the way here to the sea, just to sort of capitalize on that oceanfront property thing that's not covered in crap and sewage. So they'll probably like that. So I'm probably going to extend this out here, but I'm not gonna go off of this one road. That would be putting too much pressure in there. What I'm probably going to do is actually wrap this spine around and have some high density ones off of here. Still technically in Founders Falls, but not plugged directly into this spine. That way we can sort of divert our traffic. And actually we'll probably make it loop back around and plug into the spine up here, so people wanting to get to work or go shopping can do so. This also gives us our first alternative way of getting to the industrial sector, to Boomtown, because that way people do not all have to go up this central spine right here, which is pretty jam-packed, I must say. And getting a little bit more jammed or impacted. My kingdom for a use the proper freaking lanes mod. Alright, so... Oh, commercial demand is... Wow, after all of that zoning, commercial demand is still quite healthy. That is impressive. That is an impressive amount of shopping you want done. Alright, well, fair enough, fair enough. Who am I to argue? Let's check our utilities before we do more expand. Yeah. Too much more expanding will get us into trouble there. Water. Ooh, that's we're on the cusp with water too. Garbage. Our incinerators are still good, which is good. I don't look forward to building any more of those. Looks like we got some good upgrades going here. Yeah, level 2, increase the value of the land. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, that reminds me, we've got this big green space over here. Let us not ignore it. Pretty much anytime you got like big open spaces in your zones, fill them with trees. If there's any noise pollution coming through there, they will dampen it. It will give a modest increase to the land value, but that might be enough to convince a couple of your zones to undergo an upgrade, which means more taxes for you. More taxes and more families. Beautiful. All right. What do we got here? You're level 2, parks and plazas. Yeah, we don't have too many parks and plazas in this sector, but our buildings are a little bit spread out to warrant them yet. All right, let's do one more building push here before we end our episode. So we are going to take this beast. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, because I don't want to make an intersection, but I don't want you guys. We're gonna cut you off here. We're gonna turn you around here. Actually, we'll do you one better. That does. All right. Yeah, we might let's go off the grid. Let's go off the grid a little bit. We can. This is our higher class boulevard here. Let's be a little fancier, just a little, not too much fancy. Yeah, we can afford to be a little fancy here. There we go. Alright, as for... Do I want to, you know what? Alright, you know what? Screw it. Let's throw down a roundabout here. I don't like that intersection. It's going to be too busy. It's going to be too busy. So let's throw down a roundabout. Now what I've seen for roundabout construction here is you use a pilot road here. Pilot roads for the straight roads here. And yeah, you're going to be like that. You're going to be like that. And then we are going to, yeah, let's do a tree-lined one. Go out to here and temporarily delete that road. Let's try that again. We go out to the corner and then pull it down to here. You go out to the corner and then pull it around to here. Go out to the corner and temporarily delete this road. Again, just using these as pilot roads. We'll fix them. We'll fix them. that. And again, temporary deleting of this. A little bit more of that. Out to the corner. And over this way. So there, ladies and gents, is our roundabout. Now we got to get rid of these inner roads here, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose. And then yeah, we just plug this beast into our little roundabout here, like so, and then we'll have our little shady lane road down this way. Excellent. So as not to completely uproot things, we can do a little distance too short. Let's go back to straight roads here. Here we go. Not too many people going down that way. And yeah, I think we're good. Now in this little roundabout itself, since they are asking so nicely for it, let's throw down some heavy commercial zones, at least on the inside here. On the outside here, now we're on this side, in this area, we're going to stick to low density residential. We do not want to flood the area. Down here, you know, down here we can make this low density residential as well. I know it used to be commercial zones, but that's kind of being replaced by the stuff in here. So you guys get to be low density residential too, and I'll make you part of Galaxy City while you're at it. Gonna be a little bit messy, but what the hey. About time we graduated from strict grid citydom. Then along here, this is where our higher density residentials are going to be. So they can handle the traffic on this higher road. Let's get this area hooked into our Skyway. Let's call it Skynet. That's a whole other issue into of itself. Way you guys can walk. And we'll do our classic ground pathways here, so that our neighborhoods can coalesce more or less. Let's get there we go, a little walking path that way. Alright, and more high-density residentials here. I'll decide what to do with these, be it commercial or more residentials later. So, how is this going to work out? Is our traffic flow going to improve? Well, you know the deal. You're going to have to stick around to watch out in our next episode. So, if you like this episode and want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya.